Hi everyone, cook with me guys while I share this heartbreaking story and the deep rooted lessons in it. This story is very touching. It is about a young man who got married just 2 months ago but tragically passed away last week. They said he was electrocuted while trying to fix a light issue in the street where he lived. One of the most painful parts of this story is that he was the only son of his family. He left behind his young wife, who had just suffered a miscarriage. What makes it even more heartbreaking is what I heard next. This young man had been facing deep spiritual challenges tied to his family's foundation, that is, his ancestral roots. They said when they rushed him to the hospital, his sister cried out in pain and said, "We told you not to get married until your wife had given birth, but you didn't listen." The wife was shocked. She had never heard of this before. No one told her anything. She didn't know she had married into a family with such spiritual complications. This is why I say to young men, women, including myself, ask questions before marriage. Ask spiritual questions. Don't just get carried away by love. Love is a beautiful thing, but it is never enough. When real spiritual problems arise, love won't be enough to hold things together. Foundational problems are real. They are not just village talk. They can break a person. They can ruin a marriage. Don't wait until things get out of hand. If there is a pattern in your family, patterns like untimely death, poverty, barrenness, please seek help. You can go to the traditional route or Christian route, seek spiritual guidance, pray and ask God for confirmation. The story of this young man is a very heartbreaking one. Had it been the wife knew about the family's spiritual problem or condition, maybe she would have put to bed before during every other traditional rite. But I heard it was because of that wedding that they did that made the that caused the young man's death. Kind of family you marry into or that marries into yours is very important. Don't be in a hurry. Don't just marry someone because your heart is racing or because people are pressuring you. Take your time, relax and ask deep rooted questions, especially here in Africa where foundational issues can affect generations. This is why I'll always say this over and over again. Some people come from families where peace is a stranger. Dysfunction runs deep, quarrels, hatred, brokenness. Some lineage or lineage suffer strange patterns like untimely deaths, barrenness and miscarriage, persistent poverty, mental instability or madness, generational sickness, thievery or criminal tendencies. Don't just think these things are ordinary. Some are not at all. These things don't happen by chance. Many of them are spiritual roots. That is why you must ask spiritual questions, not just emotional ones. In the olden days, families didn't just marry for love, they asked serious questions. Are they spiritually sound? Are they peaceful people? Do their marriages last? Is there a pattern of sickness or early death? Is there a history of barrenness or mental illness? Is there a longevity in their bloodline? These questions weren't asked to judge, but to protect their children and future generations. That is one of the reasons many marriages back then lasted. They didn't rely only on feelings, they relied on wisdom. Because the truth is feelings fade, people change, but spiritual consequences remain unless they are properly addressed. A lot of people you see married today, so many of them are spiritually incompatible and don't even know it. They look perfect together on the outside, but spiritually they clash. That is why some couples struggle to conceive for years only to separate, remarry, and suddenly have children. That delay wasn't always medical. Sometimes it was spiritual misalignment. Some marriages are filled with endless fights, disagreements, misunderstanding from day one. Not because the couple is bad, but because they were never spiritually meant to be together. Marriage is not just emotional or physical, it is deeply spiritual. If your foundation is already shaky and you marry someone with an equally faulty foundation, it is like combining two heavy battles. The spirit fighting you will unite with those fighting your spouse, and together they will fight your marriage. There will never be peace. Like peace of mind, peace, what is called peace, will be very, very far from your marriage. That is why some people's lives fall apart after marriage. Strange illnesses, setbacks, and misfortunes begin, not because they did something wrong, but because they married into the wrong family spiritually. The spirit of poverty, for example, can be transferred. I hope you know. Well, if you don't know, I'm telling you today that the spirit of poverty can be transferred. If you marry into a family battling with it and you don't address it spiritually, it could begin to affect you, even if you were doing well before. My key point is, let us be wise. Let us be spiritually sensitive. Let's stop allowing emotions to blind us. I'm not saying you shouldn't marry someone you love. No, love is important. But even if you are deeply in love, please ask questions, pray, seek counsel, and if there are foundational or spiritual issues, find solutions before saying I do. Okay? We didn't choose the families we were born into, but we can choose the families we marry into. And if we truly want to break negative patterns, it starts with awareness and action. Just like I'm trying to create the awareness now using my platform. Please, everything I'm talking here, and I most of the stories I share in my page, in my platform, is based on true life stories, life experience, including I myself. I'm telling you, like things happening around me. Okay? Please ask questions. Don't walk blindly into marriage. Your peace, your future, and your children's destinies depend on it. Alright, guys, thank you so much for engaging. As you can see, food is ready, food is done. Please get your plates. Okay, thank you so much for engaging, guys, and see you in my next video. And I hope that you learn one or two from today's video. Love you and bye.